Hi, welcome back to my channel, Cookies, and More Cookies. And I'm Susan, your baking buddy. So today we are not making a cookie, we are actually making a Valentine's Day treat. Now, I can remember this treat way back when I was a kid, and I think every kid has had this treat. But we put a little bit of a twist on it, make it for Valentine's Day. And it is a heart-shaped Rice Krispie treat. We even put a little coloring on the Rice Krispies to give them that pink little glow. These were super easy to make, a little time consuming, I must say, but they are turned out great. It would make a great little treat and an opportunity for you to do a little baking with your kids or your grandkids. So let's get baking. We're going to start off by melting our butter in a large saucepan. Now, I used large marshmallows when really I should have used small marshmallows because the large ones took a really long time to melt. It's all the same whether they're small or large, but I should have used small ones in hindsight. Lesson learned. Okay, we're still melting these large marshmallows. And I want to apologize. I am left-handed and I did not realize that the angle of the camera and my elbow kept going in front of the camera. I try to use both hands, but hey. So now we're going to add some food coloring. Now I just put in a few drops. I'll add the link in the description below for this type of food coloring. I really liked the color once I blended it all out. Okay, we finally got all those marshmallows melted. We added the color in, and now it's time to add the Rice Krispies. So I added them a little bit at a time. It does take a lot of space, and I just want to make sure that they're not flying all over the place. I really like how the color is coming out. I was really surprised when I started doing this that it was going to be able to color those Rice Krispies. So we're going to melt those all in, and next comes the really sticky stuff. This is where another set of hands would really come in handy. One person to hold the pot and the other person to scrape the pot. Now I tried to use 2 silicone spatulas, as you see here, but they just got really over sticky. So what I decided to do was take another spatula and spray it with olive oil, and that really helped a lot with it not being so sticky and was able to spread it out a little bit better. And then what I ultimately did was take another piece of parchment paper, lay it on top. As the Rice Krispies were beginning to cool, they were becoming harder and harder to spread. So we needed to get them spread out as soon as possible. Once you get the Rice Krispies spread out as much as you think you possibly can, you're going to want to let them sit and cool for about an hour. And now we're going to move on to using the cookie cutters to cut out our heart-shaped Krispie Treats. This portion became very challenging, and maybe what we should have done is not let the Rice Krispie Treats cool for an hour and move right in to at least putting the cookie cutters on and pressing them into the dough and then letting it cool, so it would have been a little bit easier to cut out the cookies. This part was really challenging for me, and I had to call in reinforcements with glass cups and knives. I tried a variety of shapes, even including a set of lips. Now moving on to melting our chocolate. Now I used a double boiler, but you can use a microwave or whatever method in melting chocolate you find fit. Just make sure that you add a oil. I use coconut oil in my chocolate wafers to melt. I didn't realize my chocolate pot was not really in camera. I just took each one of my Rice Krispie Treats and dipped them into the chocolate. With using a double boiler, your chocolate stays melted longer because it's still sitting in that very warm water. And that's one of the main reasons I like using a double boiler. Now I just dipped all of my treats in. You could dip them on just the tops, on the sides, whatever works for you. And then after you get done dipping them, you're going to want to put them in the refrigerator so they can harden up for about 15-20 minutes. Now let me just start by saying I am not a professional decorator. Now even though I used to decorate cakes 40-some years ago, that skill has long gone and I am trying to regain it back. But the great thing about this is anything goes. So you just mixed up 3 different colors. I left one as a white, a pink, and a rose. And then I put the white in like a Ziploc baggie. But of course, I cut the hole too big, and that's why it's coming out in clumps. But this is what the kids would love, to just sprinkle it, drizzle it anyway on to the treats. And then I topped them off with Valentine's Day type sprinkles. I used Barbies from Watkins. They are a pink and white. And then on top of that, I went back over them with the extra white chocolate that I have. And then you toss them in the refrigerator and let them harden up for about 15-20 minutes again. There you have it, a heart-shaped Rice Krispie treat, perfect for Valentine's Day or those kids have to take something to school. These would be a fun opportunity. So this is a 5-inch cookie. This is a smaller one than the 5-inch. I think this is a 3-inch cookie cutter. And then I made, which I turned out quite nicely, are these little ones. And I seem to like those the best. These are great little bite size. These you would be able to make a lot more. This one is just too big and you couldn't hardly get any out of the recipe if you used all of this. This is an ideal size as well. I hope you enjoyed this little video today, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Bake, create, and celebrate. Until next time.